Life of Chuck, based on a short story by Stephen King, directed by Mike Flanagan, who I've only seen him do a lot of horror stuff.
Dr.
Right?
Sleep.
Dr. Sleep, but he also did like a lot of the Netflix shows, The Curse of Bly Manor. I think that's one of them. I've only seen him do horror movies.
That Hill House movie, he did that one too.
Yeah,
right?
something
Yeah.
like that. He do this TV show, right?
Yo, cards on the table. When you said, "Hey, we're gonna do Life of Chuck," I'm like, "Ah, damn, another fucking Chucky movie."
You stupid bitch!
No, not
Yeah,
Chucky.
I went into this movie not knowing what it was. Right? I only saw that teaser trailer, but I didn't see any other trailers. I didn't read anything about it. I didn't read the short story, and I thought this movie was beautiful. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It's a movie told in reverse, right? Three
Memento.
acts, and it literally is in the title, The Life of Chuck. It's about the life of a person, right? That's
Mhm.
what this movie is about. And Tom Hiddleston is up front and center in the posters and all the marketing, but he's in the movie maybe like 20 minutes.
But when he's in it, he brings it.
He's great in this movie.
He does what he does
even-
best, what he loves.
Yeah.
You mean
Even-
dancing?
Dancing. Yeah.
He loves
Dancing.
dancing.
Even
and impressions.
so
Him
the
and
movie
Rockwell.
this movie gives us a big cast, right? Chiwetel Ejiofor, Karen Gillan, Tom Hiddleston, Jacob Tremblay,
Yeah, you know what's up.
Mark Hamill. Gives Sloane. I haven't seen Sloane from Ferris Bueller's Day Off in
Sarah.
damn-
such a long
yeah.
time.
Mm.
I haven't seen her in a long time. This movie has a really great cast, and it's a great story. I went in blind in this movie, not knowing what it's about, and I thought this movie was a great way of telling a story. The movie starting in the third act, and you get introduced to all these different characters during a disaster. And I was like,
The world is ending, pretty much.
the ending of the world, and you see how people are reconnecting.
There's no
Right, you
hub,
see-
bro.
You see all this stuff.
Yeah.
There's no hub.
There's no.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in that world. I don't.
Oh, that's another thing. You get
Yeah.
Dave Dastmalchian. You get him in the movie. You get a lot of people in this movie. It's not what you think. Like the beginning of the first act of the movie, I was like, oh, kind of a scary thought. A lot of things happening. People are witnessing the end of the world. A loss of communication, sinkholes, earthquakes. California's gone. Right, all this other stuff. Then you go to Act 2, which is a completely different movie. It's a completely different movie where you get introduced to Tom Hiddleston as the businessman, as Chuck, right? As Chuck on this work trip.
But you kind of start putting pieces together in that second act.
Yeah, well, I mean, at
Immediately.
the end of the first act, they kind of show a little bit, like of what's gonna, like what's happening and why the world is ending. Then and then in Act 2, you get introduced and you get told. Mind you, this movie is narrated by Nick Offerman, and I think that's a great narration voice, right? It's a great, like he's Chuck's inner monologue, or he's the storyteller of this movie. I thought it was great. And then the final act, you get introduced. It's all in reverse. It's but not Benjamin Button type. It's like just the story told in reverse. You get introduced to Chuck as a child, right? You
Jacob
get introduced to
Tremblay.
his grandparents. You get why he lives with his grandparents, like all this story. I thought the movie was great. I thought Mark Hamill did a great job as his grandfather, and the supernatural element of
That had to be there, of course.
that attic, right? Like the
Yeah.
grandfather tells him, "Oh, the door's locked because there's ghosts up there," and that piques Chuck's curiosity as to what's actually in there. And then you finally get to see what's in there, and it's just a great story. I mean, it's just, I think the way it was told is in the name of the movie, The Life of Chuck. You get to see the main life of a person from like the evolution of a person to the very end. And I thought that's why this movie was really good. I was caught off guard. I know you had mentioned, Edgar, that people were saying that this is the next It's a Wonderful Life. I wouldn't
Well, that's
go
why
that
I
far.
was intrigued, because I saw there was a trailer
Mhm.
that said that this movie was It's a Wonderful Life for 2025 or something, or 21st century. I don't know.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's right. That's right.
But I was like, no, it's not even
That's-
close.
That's
That's
a
a bold-
high bar.
Yeah.
It's-
They do that a lot with movies of this type, because if you remember, there was a movie called The Majestic with Jim Carrey that
Yeah.
they were saying, "Oh, this is the next It's a Wonderful Life." It's a very Frank Capra type of movie, right?
Mhm. Capra had
Right.
tons of movies.
But this movie, I didn't see any other advertisement other than the first trailer that really showed you nothing other than who the cast is. So I went in blind, and I thought this
And
movie
how-
was great. I thought this movie was good. Was it the next It's a Wonderful Life? No.
No,
but in its
it
own
is
right,
good.
this is a great movie.
I mean, I can understand
It's
if you say it
good.
because of it's a style of it. I get it. Maybe if you can say it that way, but I don't give two shits about It's a Wonderful Life. But I mean, if you're gonna compare it to that, that's and people love it.
Yeah, the
That's
movie's
ballsy.
great. It's a
That's
Wonderful Life. It's a
fucking ballsy.
great. That's a great movie.
There's not another movie that's been made that's as good as It's a Wonderful Life. Was this
Groundhog
movie
Day.
on par with it? No, but it was a good movie nonetheless. This movie makes you feel things. It makes you smile.
It
Look,
makes you think. It
Yeah.
has the exact same message that the last Final Destinations has. By the way,
What's the message?
the
Live
message
your
is
life.
live your life because you're gonna die. Live your
Yeah.
life to the utmost.
Again, that's the thing about this movie. And again, now if we're going to spoiler territory,
Well,
If you
no, I
go-
mean
if
they
you-
tell you in the beginning.
no, yeah, of course. But if we go into
That
like
he's
spoilers
dying.
telling about the story, like they tell you about the loss Chuck suffered as a kid, or why he lives with his grandparents, and he lives through tragedy as well. Like he loses his grandma suddenly, right? When the grandpa goes, right? When
All right, you don't have to spoil everything.
I mean, Grandpa, he's an old man. Like if it's going to be in the story because Chuck is an older
Yeah.
man by the end of the movie. And the first act, what threw me off was like, who is Chuck? Thank you for 39 years. They're trying to solve like who Chuck is.
Yeah.
Like, and then Chiwetel Ejiofor is having these, like the first act is carried by Chiwetel Ejiofor. It's told from his perspective,
By the way,
Yeah.
good pronunciation.
of course. Like he's the one carrying the first act of the movie. You get to see the relationship he has with his ex-wife, which is played by Karen Gillan. You get this, even it's a small performance, but it's a really good performance by Shaggy, Scooby Doo,
Matthew Lillard.
yeah, by Matthew Lillard. You get this whole conversation that he has,
Yeah.
with Chiwetel Ejiofor. You get a girl on rollerblades that just wants to rollerblade, and you realize later in the movie that's why they're in the beginning of the movie, right? Because when you find out who Chuck is, by the end of the third act, beginning of the movie, you find out who Chuck is, kind of, and where he's at, and again, spoiler, where he's dying, he's in his hospital bed dying, right?
That's in the
then
beginning.
yeah, and it's right in the beginning, and he's remembering all the faces he's ever seen in his life, and all those faces
Oh,
are people.
now you really spoil.
I said this is gonna be spoiler territory.
Oh, bro. Watch it no more.
I thought but I thought that was great, and the quote.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the quote that they used, the Walt Whitman quote.
No, he says I forgot what he said. I'm special. No, I don't know.
And people like me.
Yeah.
It's actually I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me. There you go.
I am large. I contain multitudes.
Mhm.
Right. That's the quote that is used. I am large, and Ozzy, you should know this. I am large, and I contain
you.
multitudes.
Large and
First
in
of all-
charge.
First of
But-
all, I'm thick with 2 C's, son.
You're large, Marge.
Be sure and tell them Large Marge sent ya.
I know
Yeah,
you
but
have a white mind.
But the way they explain that quote, that you live your whole life, and yes, you contain all the different people you've ever met in your life, and they're all in your mind. They're all in your brain. I thought that was great.
Are we in the Matrix?
Maybe, but this movie was closer to, like, they had that other Stand By Me, which is the coming of age story. That's
Also Stephen King.
yeah, no, that's why this was more in line with that. When they make non-horror Stephen King movies, they are profound and they are great. Like Stand By Me, Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile, both, right?
I mean,
When they make
kinda.
That's a
when they
good
make
movie.
those movies, they're
oh no, I
good.
love that movie. Love that movie.
Mm.
But I'm like, it's not it's creepy. It's
MC
natural.
Duncan,
that's the thing,
bro.
they all
MC
have some
Duncan.
sort of
Yeah, rest in peace, son.
yeah, but they all have some sort of supernatural element in it.
Yeah.
Just like Life of Chuck, the beginning.
Not Stand By Me.
Well, no, but like at least there's something in
They
it
they
that's
found a dead body and started poking at it. Just saying.
No, that's Pet
Uh,
Cemetery.
That's
same thing.
anything he's in.
Same thing.
Wait.
But
No,
I
they found a
think
body.
I-
poke-
Yeah,
but I
they
think the
do play that
cast.
one.
I
Yeah,
think
I
the
was like-
cast.
Like, don't make me feel like I'm crazy. I know what I'm talking about.
But I think the cast is great in this movie. I think
That's what I was gonna say.
direction,
That kid, Benjamin Patrick, the one that plays Chuck in the
the
first
age of
act.
11,
Yeah, that kid was.
good. The dancing that he did and
Yeah,
the way he told the story. And again, Jacob Tremblay is in the trailer, but he's in the movie maybe
created the moonwalk.
like 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, he creates the moonwalk. I just
No,
saw
he did.
this, and but Jacob Tremblay is in the movie for like 10 minutes. I think the cast is great in this movie. I think the movie, the way it was told, was really well done, and I liked the story. By the end of the movie, I was like, oh, mwah. I did not come out hating anything about this movie. I enjoyed it. I think this movie is best to go in without watching any of the trailers, especially not watching
Well,
this before you
if-
watch the movie.
There's only a few trailers, and the trailers don't show anything at all.
Yeah,
They did it really smart.
Which is what trailers should do, by the way.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
say shit. Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
I-
It's like this like with me. It's like it feels like it's remember that Walter Mitty movie with Ben
Mhm.
Stiller.
The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Yeah, it kind of it's one of those like you didn't expect it to be what it was,
It's a life of
Especially
that's
with
a life
Ben
affirming
Stiller.
movie. This is also another type of life affirming movie.
and it wasn't him trying to be funny. That's the reason I like it because
Yeah.
he wasn't trying to be funny because he's not funny.
Like Permanent
Right.
Midnight.
Oh goddamn.
Like Mystery Men.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to be funny.
I mean, it did have Paul Rubens, man.
The spleen.
Rest in
no,
peace,
but-
son.
But again, if you
MC
like,
Rubin.
but if you liked Shawshank
Mr.
Redemption,
PR,
if you like
son.
the green, if you like Shawshank Redemption, if you like the Green Mile, if you like those kinds of movies, you're gonna love this movie.
If you
I
like,
think-
if you like feel good movies, this
Yeah,
is a feel
this
good
is-
movie.
100%. This is a feel good.
And not
movie.
only
This is-
that, it's a movie that makes you think.
Mhm.
This is a grown-up movie.
There's a lot of talking, but it,
Grown up film.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
it's
grown-up
good.
that makes you think and makes you like really think about your own life and appreciate the small moments that
it's
you
a,
have,
it's a beautiful
because it is eventually going to come to an end.
I think it's a beautifully told movie. I enjoyed this movie a lot. And again, being caught off guard, not knowing anything about this movie, I went in doing nothing. All I knew was that Tom Hiddleston was in it.
And he
Dancing.
danced.
So he does
And
dance.
that's a long
Yeah.
dance sequences. There's a lot of dance sequences in this movie, right? Like
Yeah.
long ones.
And they're all
Uh,
enjoyable. I think I'm
about
going
it,
to start
but-
I'm going to take up dancing.
No, you
Old
won't.
man dance.
Hmm
Twerk. He's gonna take up twerk.
Like the meme with the old man. Ding, 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 ding.
Uh-huh.
He's gonna do
Uh,
pole dancing.
But I highly recommend going to watch this movie.
It's good
Right now it's
exercise.
in. I think
Yeah,
right now
works
it's in
your
limited
core.
release. I think this
Yeah.
movie is in limited release right now, and I think it's gonna get a wide release this coming weekend. But I highly recommend if you get a chance, go check out Life of Chuck. It's a good, heartwarming, thought-provoking movie. If you guys saw Life of Chuck, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And on that note, this has been Vinny.
It's Ozzy.
And
We'll see you guys next time.